A constant thing right now in youths, we usually used to see like people prefer to switch organization frequently because they think that they will get hike and easy promotion. So, what do you think about it? Like, we have to stick to an organization, or we
That's
have to switch?
that's yeah. I got your point. That's not a bad strategy. I would say probably I've stayed or probably I've overstayed in this organization. That's not the ideal strategy. The strategy would be for any generation of people. The strategy should be give 4 or 5 years to an organization,
Right,
learn and give. It's
right,
not just learning. So you enter the company, you're given a portfolio, you
right.
learn the first 2 years, and then the next 3 years you deliver. You give that. Okay. So your learning is complete.
Welcome to Xaphal. I'm Panisha Puri, and with the help of our interview, we will have a fun chat session with the industry experts to give you an insight about the particular job role, first job experience, challenges, and a lot more. So stay with us to know more about your field and get a glimpse of your future job role. So today we have with us Debashish, who is the head of marketing and communications at JK Papers. Welcome to our chat show. Just tell our viewers about what you are doing and about your company, JK Papers, a little.
Okay. So hi, my name is Debasish Ganguly. I am working with JK Paper for over 2 decades now. And prior to this, I was working with a consulting firm for about 9 years. JK Paper is one of the largest players in Indian paper industry. So I joined this company in 2001. Today, after 2 decades, I head the marketing and communication along with media handling and corporate sales. So this is my portfolio over here.
Right.
And I'm happy with working in this company. It's one of the most reputed paper company in India.
Right, right, right. So, talking about your initial days when you have started your career, what were your interests? You wanted to be a market researcher, or you have another things in your mind that you want to pursue?
I had a zero mind on what I want to become initially. I went on to do my graduation in agriculture. So it was a 4 years degree course. It's called BSc Agriculture. At that time, I was really thinking that I will really do something in the field of agriculture. Once I got graduated, I started my process of applying in different directions because I was an agriculturist by that time. So I was hunting for a sales personnel in let's say a company that sells pesticides or insecticides.
After doing this job, what was the time you decided that you want to switch and you want to grow in your career? So you want to switch to another organization and serve another organization. What was the time?
So my switch happened very much like an accident, right? So I was doing a survey in the area of photocopying paper, which is a copier paper market.
Okay.
And when I was doing this survey, I had come to the largest manufacturer, which is JK. Okay. My entire report was done, and I was trying to get the vice president marketing and sales to give me an interview slot.
Okay.
And this was an international company which does consulting for the paper industry globally. Okay. And they had given us this work to do a survey on the photocopying paper market. So my survey was over. I have met the trade partners, I've met the association, I've met other competitors in the market, but the largest player was JK. And I couldn't get this time. About a month after, this gentleman called me that, why don't you come and meet me? So I came and I met him and I said that, sir, I've been trying to get across to you. You are the largest player.
Right.
So he said, why will I give you any information for that matter? are you going to part this information with any other? So I said, yes, sir, we are doing a survey on behalf of this company. So he said, you're so transparent. He said, I want to get a transparent information or very correct information in making my report. Although I have made my report.
Right.
So he said, okay, if you made the report, can you show me the summary? So I said that, okay, this is the report. This company has got this share. JK has got this share. So he suddenly got wild and he says that you've stolen my information. I said, sir, I didn't get an interview from you. I don't know anybody in this company. And how will I get any information? He called another gentleman who came and sat with me. He said that this guy is an IM pass out and he's an old man. He's been serving the paper industry for a very long time. He's our repository of a lot of information. So he said, do you know this guy? I said, I don't know him. He also said, I don't know. Then he said, how the hell, my data have been leaked and it is so accurate in his report.
Right.
So I forwarded the report and said, thank you so much for getting out this data. My research is complete. And he said, great. But I was leaving and he said that, I want to talk to you for 10 minutes. I said, okay. So when I sat, the first question was, would you like to join us? So I was like, I came to, he said, we want in paper sector also, when we are, diversifying, we need to have a lot of inputs in various things. So, you would be the right person. So I said that, let me think. So, I went back home and the first thing which I did, probably, your community of students have stopped doing, we immediately go back and write. हम लोग नहीं करते, आज के दिन में लिखते नहीं हैं, दिमाग में सोचते हैं. So I penned down what is pro and what are the pros and cons with JK and with Protect, right, where I was working. Obviously, the cons were multi-research and I'm getting the larger, but I thought that, there is a salary angle, there is a growth angle, there is a large company to work with.
Right.
And the brand value increases, my resume will look good.
Right.
And hence, after 3 months, I said that, sir, I would like to join. So then my interview, I was called for an interview where I was interviewed by the HR head, the whole-time director in this organization then, and the vice president marketing and sales. And one thing they asked me in the interview that, what according to you is the size of paper industry? So I said somewhere around 4 to 5 million tons. So the whole-time director asked me whether 4 or whether 5. So I said, sir, even the paper industry people who spend their time so much in the paper industry won't be able to tell you whether it's 4 or it's 5 million. Because there are so many small, large mills, unorganized sector. It's a hunch, it's a feeling. And he was impressed when you think that you're not fluffing. Right. When you think that you're sure that this is the gap, if you're quoting a figure, you should be absolutely sure about your figure, and your counter argument has to be absolutely good.
Right.
And I got a job, and that's it. 2001 I entered, and it is 2022. I'm still with this organization.
Right.
And of course, grew from market research to various the head of marketing and communication. I can proudly say that in the Indian paper industry, JK Paper you will find as the maximum in terms of marketing and communication. Our outreach is much, much larger than any other paper companies in India. And our way of our concept of marketing is actually appreciated by international paper companies also.
It become very difficult, to, switch to a traditional way to something else, and how you manage that change, and what were the challenges initially to,
what is happening is, if you look at the change is happening within your family also, and you start adapting. You have no other way. You start adapting to those transformations. How a youth speak, how a youth behave, what does he watch, what are his interest areas. All these are very, very important. And then you devise your, sell, and then you devise your strategies for marketing. And that's the transformation I'm talking about. And that's the growth area. So every person has to be adaptive to changes. Whenever you work, you leave out that impression in your organization, whether you're leaving. So when you're leaving, people should recall your work,
Right.
and they should be in touch with you in whatever manner. So that gives a very, very satisfactory feeling that your work is appreciated. So your clients are calling you, your boss knows about you.
When we are in office, like there is some good days, there are some bad days. When our manager are like very angry, we have targets. So how you deal with all these things all together?
So let's say I have a report which needs to be submitted with 2 months. I
Right.
need to be very productive. If I cannot have extra time means extra cost.
Right.
So and there comes a lot of challenges, because most of the time whenever we used to really go for the information and look for the right person and talking to them and getting the right interviews, because it's a set of information, right? Let's say if I'm doing something on the soft drinks, okay, so if I get the right person from Coke, I need to have a right person from Pepsi and Thumbs Up and all those things. So all those brand managers, their pattern of doing their inputs, then it has to get related. It has to come in. So if somebody says the beverage industry is so many bottles, the other says different. So I have to really.
Right.
That was a catch. That was a challenge. Getting interviews, getting to the right person.
Right.
On a very daily basis, I used to have these colleagues of mine who were really frustrated that they're not getting the right input or right information, and my time period is shortening because I have to deliver that report, and my client is asking for it. So those are the time when I feel really used to feel pressured, and there were not one area of research. If my team is handling one in beverage, the other one is handling one in chemical, to contrast industries, and I only have 4 people to get this work done. So that used to be a challenge.
A constant thing right now in youths, we usually used to see like people prefer to switch organization frequently because they think that they will get hike and easy promotion. So what do you think about it? Like we have to stick to an organization, or we have to
That's yeah, I got your point. That's not a bad strategy. Give 4 or 5 years to an organization.
Right.
Learn and give.
Right.
It's not just learning. So you enter the company, you're given a portfolio,
Right.
you learn the first 2 years, and then the next 3 years you deliver. You give that. Okay. So your learning is complete.
Right.
Then you should look for new pastures, new
Right.
areas,
Right.
new field. Don't just come and go. That I've learned, I'm going. No, you learn, deliver, and then go.
What are the skills that required in your field?
दोस्त बनाने पड़ते हैं. You need to make friends.
Right.
You need to be aware of the world, what is happening. What are the different communications going on? Should read regularly. Should have a very, very great inclination towards observing people, their attitude, their approach, their nature. You should have that inquisitiveness, that क्या हो रहा है. अगर मुझे पेपर बेचना है, और लेट्स से फोटोकॉपिंग पेपर बेचना है, तो लोग आके दुकान पे मेरा ब्रांड मांगते हैं. अगर नहीं मांगते तो मेरा ब्रांड किस तरह पड़ा रहता है, वो किस तरह फाड़ते हैं, किस तरह डाल देते हैं. If you don't notice all these things, you'll not be able to design your communication for that.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insight with our students who all are watching our show. Thank you so much. I hope they will get clear knowledge about what marketing role is and what are the challenges you usually used to face, and how to overcome those challenges and how you can improve your skills regularly. Thank you so much for joining us.